Hello, welcome to today's prophetic word. My name is Patsy, and today's word is about the last days that we're living in. I believe that there's going to be a very clear division between good and evil, and that people will know what is right and what's wrong, because God is just, and He's not going to allow for people who have experienced Him as goodness in their life and who is salvation, and to see also the enemy and the corruption and what that wickedness looks like. And everyone will have a choice to make, to stand on the side of God and the right, or to stand on the side of evil and wickedness. And it's going to be very clear, very, very, very clear what is good and evil. Whereas in times past, things were kind of blurry, and people, debated over things, if they were okay or not okay, if this was God or not God. And the Bible speaks of this. It says in 2 Timothy chapter 3, 1-5, it says, "But understand this, that in the last days there will come times of difficulty, for people will be lovers of self, lovers of money, proud, arrogant, abusive, disobedient to their parents, ungrateful, unholy, heartless, unappeasable, slanderous, without self-control, brutal, not loving good, treacherous, reckless, swollen with conceit, lovers of pleasure rather than lovers of God." And this is what the Bible describes of people, what they look like in the last days that are not on the side of God. In Matthew chapter 24, verse 12, it says, "And because lawlessness will be increased, the love of many will grow cold." And those are just two verses that speak of the evil on that side of the line that I'm talking about. But also, at the same time, God is going to pour out His Spirit. It says in Joel chapter 2, verse 28 through 29, it says, "After this, I will pour out my Spirit on all humanity. Your sons and daughters will prophesy." Woo, I feel the Holy Spirit. "Your old men will dream dreams, and your young men will see visions. In those days, I will pour out my Spirit, even on servants, both men and women." And then in Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 14, it says, "For the earth will be filled with the knowledge of the glory of the Lord, as the waters cover the sea." And I just love that, because that says that the whole earth will know and understand they'll have the knowledge of the glory of God. The glory of God will shine so bright in the last days, and the darkness will be so dark. It's going to be a stark contrast between light and darkness. And that's what we're seeing happening right now. And in Joshua chapter 24, verse 15, he says, "Choose this day who you will serve." What God will you serve? Who are you going to align yourself with? These other gods of the world, or with Jehovah, our God, the great I am, Yahweh? And he says, "As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord." And that's Yahweh. And so this is my word for you guys today, that there's a dividing line. It's very clear. Who will you serve? It's definitely one way or the other, and there's not an in-between. And because God is just, we will see the glory of God just as powerfully, or even more powerfully, than we will see the darkness, because the light shines so bright in the darkness. We're going to see God's glory. We're going to see the wonderful things that God is doing on this earth. And people, you have an absolute best opportunity given to you to see who God is and His glory, and to see what wickedness is and what that is about. And so when you choose, you'll be choosing full well knowing what you want. And because God is just, He wants us to have all the information that we need to choose from our own free will. And so I just pray that you will choose to be on the Lord's side, and choose the right side. Choose the side of God's life and light that He has given, and His glory and His love. God bless you guys.